Hello once again to another ranked game of mine. It's Abbasid with Malians on Tour Arabia. Yeah, I only hit Malians every game, I have the feeling, and I don't really understand why. To be fair, I don't complain that much either, because I don't really believe Malians can do anything against Abbasid. Also, as long if I scout Malian's base and see if he does a trade or not, I'm fine. What probably will happen is either he goes for trade or he wants to take my deer away. That's the two typical builds you see. The trade build, if you scout it, trade loses, so not the best idea. If you don't scout it, it can be hard. To be fair, I also can go for trade and contest it and get more out of it. Maybe less in the early game, because it's Malians, I get a lot of it, resources from it, but should be fine for me. And yeah, if he doesn't go for trade and he goes for deer start, I'm wanna try to protect this deer from him maybe, and then have berries here. These berries won't hold that long, but also here berries. So I have a little bit of food. With the eco build I also have cheaper farms. I can go 3TC and more or less trim my life. And outscale Malians, because Malians suck. They have a good feudal castle age, especially if they get the deer, and yeah, versus something like French, HOE and stuff like that. Malians are really good, but if you play versus something like English, Abbasid, that just can sit in the base, take berries, what Malians never want to take, so you more or less have still food on the map. With French, if you have to go to the berries, you're fucked. The game is over. You want the deers, so Malian stealing all the deers from French or HIE, it's really good, but Abbasid just says, in the worst case, I have Eco Wing, get cheaper farms, just get this farm switch. English doesn't care the slightest against Malians. I don't think Malians can do anything against English. The problem is the longbow just wins versus more or less everything. Besides the challenge thrower, in low numbers and high numbers, the longbow still wins really hard. And they just sit back, get a second TC, get farms, scale, build longbows, and get Imperial Age. And in Imperial Age, the game is over. Because Malian have the worst Imperial Age by far. Yeah, they have good hand cannoneers, but to be honest, you have to micro the hand cannoneers, you have to use their ability so they be effective. And then it's still only the third, fourth best hand cannoneer in the game with good micro? Nah, that's not good. Also if they would get a buff after ambush, all the attacks leave for 10 seconds or something like that, bonus damage, I would say, okay, they might be a really good unit, but the problem is HIE hand cannoneers are better with Prelate buff. China hand cannoneers are better because of +2 range. English hand cannoneers are better because 40% attack speed with a tower or a castle or a town center near them. And Woos have 12C, they are cheaper, and in theory have a slightly higher DPS output. In practice they don't really have that because they move most of the time, but if they can stand still they actually can deal a lot more damage. So they are actually good counter versus the Mustafadi warriors, gunners. So yeah. There's stable units in Imperial Age also suck. They're sofas, I think they're called. Yeah. Yeah, they're okay of the price, but maybe the warrior escort is actually good in Imperial Age. I never saw that, but I doubt it heavily. And yeah, it has good attack stats, it has a good armor, and isn't that expensive. To be fair, it's still 60 minerals more than a horseman, and it's only slightly better. In fact, it's actually worse. Yeah, it's better than the Imperial Age sofa. It's better than HRE fully upgraded horseman, but not the best, I would say. And they are really expensive for a horseman unit, a stronger horseman unit. So yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of a sofa. And it's a heavy melee. Oh shit, they nerfed it hard. It's heavy melee cavalry. So it really sucks now. Melee cavalry was okay so far. It was a little bit overstated for that, but now it's heavy melee cavalry. So it gets bonus damage from heavy units. So it sucks. No, cool. Oh, it's still okay in knight versus in horseman versus sofa fights, but and knight versus melee combat or something like that. Yeah, he goes for deer. So yeah, quite expected. What the fuck? Okay. So we have a guy with professional scouts who has sheep under his TC, will get deer under his TC, and he has 8 villagers on food, on berries. What in God's name did he smoke? What the fuck? Even with Abbasid, if I have professional scouts, I would be on the deer instead of berries because it's faster. I probably still would be on berries because berries are actually good for Abbasid and Delhi, but yeah, my scout died because warrior scout's balanced. I don't think I will ever get another scout because, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of going Cav units against Malians. Yeah, I could go Camel Riders and absolute troll him because Malians can't deal with a Camel Rider. That's a little bit ridiculous, but yeah, well, but to be honest, I think Spearman Archer Abbasid deals relatively well versus Malians. Maybe I also add Horseman, but for Horseman weights or for weights later, I probably want Scouts with that. As I know me, I won't go for Scouts, but okay. Active professional Scouts. Oh nice, only 7 guys on berries. I really don't understand it. Does the cattle switch? I would also have produced kettles earlier and got cattle instead of the berries. That's also viable because you get so incredible amounts of gold. If you don't want to do that, it can be less efficient and build a market and just buy food because you never need that much gold in the feudal age. And he now switches to sofas. That's relatively high damage even, but I doubt it will be that good. Yeah, I could have gone Camel Riders Castle Age. The problem with that is I go Castle Riders Camel Age. I just can't defend against that, so I wanted a few spearmen to counter his Cav units and also deny him the deer here. To be honest, it wasn't necessary because he's on berries, so he fucked his game by himself. Would be actually interesting if he could have produced enough units. And now he goes for archers versus 3TC Abbasid. We have now over 30, it's close to a 30 villager lead. In 2 minutes or something like that, it's a 30 villager lead. And I'm going Castle Age. Game is over, I would say, but let's see, maybe his amazing all-in attempt will result in something. I find it fascinating that they now switch to archers instead of traveling throwers. To be honest, yeah, I built spearmen, so that's probably why they go archers. I think archers in general of Malians are a lot better than javelin throwers. There is a point to get maybe 2 for 6 javelin throwers in the early game and get a few javelin throwers just because they're good. They're really good in low numbers versus enemy archers, but in bigger numbers they just suck. They have too low attack speed and too low base damage for that. So yeah, the armor is really high, but that doesn't matter if your unit gets one-shotted by the enemy's archers anyway, and your unit just attacks half the speed, so they one-shot a unit of you. They can kill 2 units of you, and you only can kill 1 unit of them, and your unit's also more expensive, so that's absolutely shit trade. And in Castle Age, more sofas and archers. I don't really understand. Also, yeah, okay, to be fair, what else can Malians actually produce? Their Donzos, that's the spearmen of them, suck. They're way too expensive and do more or less nothing. Let's see. Oh, he actually killed a villagers. 2 villagers. Three villagers. And he uptraded me here because I suicided my spearman, but yeah, that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, a few villagers die. I'm now only 30 villagers ahead. Nice focus. I don't think you can see it. But yeah, I getting archers versus his archers. Do I actually have the... Yeah, I getting veteran archers now. Getting military academies, really important. Also yeah, composite longbow and bootcamp. And yeah, he deals a little bit of damage, but... And forces a lot of idle time. But he decides to stay under my TCs, so yeah, he takes a lot of damage. Still killed more units than I did, but to be honest, I have such a better eco now already, and I'm an age ahead, so the damage he does is relatively low compared to the damage my units do. Yeah, their sofas are actually okay versus men at arms, but His archers not really good with his men-at-arms. And yeah, more or less defended the base. Going back to spearmen archers, and now I'm more or less getting my archer stack. Interesting. A few crossbows in the mix. Did I realize they are heavy melee cavalry units? I don't think I knew that, so probably I just was low on wood. Yeah. And thought, yeah, crossbows are better than no units, so let's go crossbows. But yeah, crossbows are actually good versus sofas. So good to know. I really thought there was light cav. The heavy cavs, they're so weak. Holy shit. Yeah. And that's Castle Age Abbasid versus Fuel Age Malians. Not even close. Yeah, he's raiding my berries here again. A little bit annoying. Killed 24 villagers, that's not even that bad. I'm still 31 ahead, but who actually cares? Should take the relics now, sometimes. Or is this at my first mosque? Ah, it's my first mosque. And let's see if I can do a little bit of counter damage. Grand Vulcanium. Still really bad building, but probably better than the other one. Because it actually does something, the other one no longer does something, because it just produces so ultra slow. I'm also pretty sure that's not the most effective way to produce, use my crossbows. To be fair, it's not even that bad. They kill so many units, holy shit. Holy shit. Man-at-arms versus low archer numbers. Okay, it's now the sofas will clean it up, but I more or less came back and army killed Voldio from that, or normal head from... Yeah. So yeah, now he's behind an army value, behind the villagers by 40 now, because he stopped killing villagers. I have a defensive keep down here to protect my gold. Let's protect this gold a little bit too. This is just really greedy. I have to say that, but nice play. Also, yeah, I didn't have scouts, so it's relatively safe to go that. Yeah, go mass archers, spearmen. Also got a Mangonel, just waiting for his next attack, because why I should attack him at the moment. Yeah, he gets his upgrades. +2 for Sofa still missing, but yeah. Nice attack. Mass Archers versus a Mangonel. And Mass Archers. They... yeah. So he will now go up to +5, 6. With +1. Oh, more crossbows, nice. They have 9, so 3 damage still. That's okay. Okay, they deal a lot more. But... oh yeah, and to camel riders, I of course never used probably. I forgot so often that you get units from the military academy. And the units are actually good. This one bothers me a lot. Got one relic. Going for the second relic. The third one probably. Where is the... yeah, here's the pallet. And it looks like he goes to the toilet, and I probably should scout this house here. He has double my gold income, but that's fine. I have triple his wood income, have 1k more food income, so good luck. His gold units can't fight my food wood units, so his food gold units can't fight my units, so that's absolutely fine. Army value, it's mine is more or less double his. Oh, he found units again. Next relic for me. Yeah, scouted this place now. Here's a meat here. Interesting. Yeah, berries. Never touched this deer patch. Never. Yeah, he took 2 of them here. Oh, he has poison arrows. Fantastic. The only problem is I don't think it's that good versus an archer's fight. Because they actually overkill already by a lot. And that's actually is good versus archers. And yeah, melee range spearman versus archers is also a fight you don't really want to take. Yeah, you cleared my Mangonels, but he cleared Mangonels, but sadly his archers all died, He also built a Springald, that's super effective versus spearmen. And yeah, I have still spearman archers and he has nothing. And just loses his next Fortress of the Hunt. I'm also going Imperial Age at the moment with Culture Wing. I still think Culture Wing is the right choice if you go Military Castle Age, but I'm not 100% sure. Trade Wing might have been better on a map like this, so you save the resources for the other age. To be fair, you get cheaper upgrades and cheaper age, so probably Culture Wing still better, because you don't really want to start trading now. And yeah, I'm burning down his houses and his gold income here. Burning out down his food income here. He has no more army. Is over 50 villagers behind. And that's a typical another Malian game. I don't know what this Civ does. Also, to be honest, this is French or any Civ that's not good on berries or Abbasid. Also, if I played any Civ that's not English or Abbasid versus Malians, I would say I could struggle against it. But with Abbasid, this matchup is a joke. Oh, he gets a Mangonel. Or not. I think that was it. Oh, he's on stone for I don't know what. Probably a keep somewhere. So, yeah, more relics for me. I don't know if... Also, he is definitely not the best player, because yeah, the berries and stuff like that is really bad. But to be honest, this matchup, I don't complaining that much about it, but I think it's not really playable for Malians. Or all Malians I play are just really bad, I don't know. This game would more likely be first thing, but okay. Oh. He also will cancel this keep, and yeah, he will get a lot of villagers. But he's also losing villagers out of stone here with 25, and he doesn't use the stone. Very effective wood mining, I have to say that. Does he have a university? Can't probably see that. Oder a madrasa. No, but I have a madrasa. But I haven't researched anything out of it. That's nice. But yeah, for this upgrades also, culturing is such a nice. It's 160 gold and 60 food or something like that. Actually, relatively huge. Sick. Oh, he cancelled the keep here. Killed the villagers here, but that's not that big of a deal. To be fair, he's catched up a lot in villagers, but yeah, stuff like that doesn't really help. And I'm pretty sure he didn't research it. So let's see how long this keep is up. Would be in good research in front of the hunters. Oh, not that long. That's terribly sad. I find it fascinating that I switched the spearmen onto the archers, but the archers attack still the keep. Okay, to be fair, I knew this game was over and I don't really care anymore, but... Oh, here's this third sacred site. I don't think I even scouted it. I have incendiary arrows. So, yeah, that's over. I don't know. I think I can do in the matchup more or less what I want, and it's a little too hard to punish. So, maybe Malians need a few changes still. I don't think they are either really, really good with the submissive or really, really bad. Yeah. And he didn't even have that much more military. That's the funniest thing. To be fair, he could have probably been here with the military if he actually used the food correctly, but then he's here. I'm castle age and he still can do nothing, so I'm not sure. Maybe he's a lot more sofas and archers earlier, less tech switch, more all in. Maybe it's good, but this eco, half all in attempt, it doesn't work versus Abbasid. I never saw it work. Wow, he killed more units than I did. What a surprise. Just lost 29 more buildings than I did. Or I destroyed 29 more buildings than he did. Largest army for me. That's food, wood, stone, gold he had. A little bit more. Yeah, that's the problem with Malians. 11k less food. 10k less wood. 1k more gold. Nice. And I wasn't really effective. 4 relics to 0. That's his bad, but yeah. 70 to 140 villager high. Also, yeah, the big difference. Yeah, that was it for me today. I wish you a good weekend and best of luck in your games. See you guys. Bye.